Okay, so I am used to speaking to teenagers in a circle. So I might be a little informal with how I do things. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Can I just be myself today?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you. A little nervous. Also, especially the youth, if y'all know how to work a phone or something, very much please record this. I will have places you can send it for me. Okay? Try and get TikTok famous. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. So, a little bit about me. Yes, my name is Terry Zerby, but I work with youth, and I've had a youth figure out my business, so I go by Miss Blue. And long story short, I grew up in foster care. The short story is, I was placed in foster care when I was 3 months old. I was adopted at the age of 4. I had a failed adoption at the age of 12. And then from 12 to 21, I was going home to home. And then from 21, I aged out of foster care. I did go to my first choice college. The county loved me. You know, I was like their star spangled banner child, you know? But, you know, foster care is real, and it doesn't matter how well you handle it, it still weighs on you, right? So I didn't finish college the first time around, but I am back in college, okay? I'm back in there. I'm gonna finish this time. Thank you. And from 21 to 25, it was like I didn't even leave foster care. I was bouncing from couch to couch. I was living with my forever family, and I do have a really cool story. Remind me at the end, I gotta tell you it. It's my water walking story. But you know, I was 22. They had to kick me out because I wasn't doing my part. And then I lived in a rooming house, got evicted from there. It was very ghetto, I'm gonna be honest. It wasn't cute for me for a very long time, right? And through these lessons that I learned, I'm 31 now. I may not look like it, some people say. I'm 31 now. So I have a little bit of wisdom that I want to give to y'all so that as you go through your life, you just learn to live it, right? So my little spiel is called Enjoy the Journey. So I told y'all my background. My nuggets of wisdom. If y'all are on social media, if y'all are into self-help, self-growth, things like that, y'all probably heard some of the things I said, but I'm just put my own twist on it. First and foremost, healing is not linear, right? The things that we have experienced, the things that we have been through, changed our brain chemistry, the way that we think, the way that we see, the way that we feel, right? So it's going to take time. We're going to heal in different phases, layers, and in even different time pockets, right? If you choose to. Everybody doesn't choose to heal. Some of y'all know people that's like 50 years old, still acting 15. Sometimes, let's be real, sometimes that's how we got into foster care in the first place, right? They wasn't doing their job. Not everybody. I know, not everybody, but some of us, right? So when you are going on your healing journey, it is very important for you to have a support system of some sort, right? And please, people, everybody don't need to stay with you forever. Everybody can't stay. So I need you to look at your support system. What are your coping skills, right? Are they helping or are they hurting? Are these people helping, hurting? Remove and add over time as you need to, because you will. I'm telling you now. Miss Blue trying to help you, okay? And I know for me, when I was in foster care, I was young. I was over therapy. Like, I was done talking to therapists. Stop talking to me. I don't want to talk about it, you know? However, I got older, and it got a little bit harder to try to figure this stuff out myself. So when you're ready, I'm not gonna pressure you, but seek professional help. You need it, I'm telling you. Maybe not now, but when life starts kicking your behind because of the stuff that you've been through, you're gonna have to talk to somebody about it that hasn't been in it. And your friends may be able to help you, but they might not be able to give you new insights, right? Talk therapy may not be for everybody. It is not for me. I'm talked out. It doesn't seem like it because I'm talking a lot now, but I'm talked out, right? So if you don't want to do talk therapy, do equestrian therapy. That's with horses. I want to be in horse therapy. It costs money though. Somatic therapy. That's when you move your body and you don't have to talk about the trauma, but you release it from your body. You can talk about that experience. Or wilderness therapy, right? That's what I do on the weekends with kids. They hate it, but it's good for them, right? Because ultimately what you choose to run from or what you don't face, you will attract in your life. And if you choose not to address it, you pass it on down to your children. And now they're experiencing the same things that you're experiencing. And now it's hitting you again because it's affecting someone that you love. So please, seek help. It's okay. You're not crazy. Ain't nothing wrong with you. Okay? That leads into my next thing. And this is so important. This is something I learned when I got evicted for the second time. Don't tell my business. Take this out of the thing. Okay? As you're healing, if you are a forward-focused person, you may think, okay, I need to hurry up. I need to get this done. I need to get this out the way. I'm trying to be this, and this. This is in the way. Don't rush it. It takes time. It took a lot for you to get to the point that you're at. And it doesn't mean that you're this hopeless, broken, burnt out person. No, you're still alive. That means something. But it's okay for you to enjoy the journey as you heal, as you talk to people, as you have these relationships and they fail, but you try again. It's important to enjoy it. Because for me, I was very much, we don't got time for this. Sadness, darkness, death, depression. No, I'm trying to save the world. I got stuff to do. All right, come on. Let's hurry up. This is taking too long. So I'm rushing. I'm not going nowhere, mind you. But I'm rushing, and I'm not living my life. I'm not enjoying the journey, enjoying the process, right? And you miss out, excuse me, I'm a little flustered. You're missing out on so much to hear in the right now. There's nothing better than the present, even if it's not good. Because I promise you, you're going to look back, you're going to be like, cousin, you remember that one time when da-da-da-da-da? You ever notice how you joke about your trauma, people look at you real sad, but it's really funny to you? Yeah, that part, right? Because we can find the good in anything, right? So, and also when you're so hyper-focused on how to heal, you're going to focus a lot on your problems, your issues, your downfalls, right? Life is not about fixing yourself. Life is about learning how to enjoy, sometimes for the first time. It's about learning how to be. I wasn't healing myself to learn how to be comfortable in my own skin, in my own body. I was trying to hurry up so I can be better than what everybody said I could ever be. That wasn't fair to me, and it's not fair to you. Yes, heal. I'm always going to talk about healing, but please enjoy it. You have to respect the shift. What is the shift? The shift is, this is where I am. This is where I want to be. This is the middle, right? If you are saying over yourself, I accept the fact that I'm struggling with these things, but this will not always be my reality. You're moving towards it every step of the way. You may still be doing the dumb stuff, okay? You still may be dabbling in that grass. I'm not talking about grass. But, you're still over here, but if internally you're walking towards it, and I'm a prayerer, okay? God brought me through. I wouldn't be here. So that's me. As long as you're aligned with your faith, you're aligned with your higher power, and you're speaking it, and you want it, there's gonna come a time where you just start doing it. Like, oh, I wanna work out. 4 months later, now you're working out because the shift happened. You can't rush it. You're like a seed, right? You can't bloom from a seedling, seed, flower. No, it don't work like that. You have to grow. You have to maturate. The kids say, what y'all say? You gotta let yourself cook, right? To become him or her, okay? Let yourself cook. Sorry, I don't have my slideshow. Water, yes. As I said, enjoy the stage you're in. Love the stage you're in. Is it messy? Yes. Is it confusing? Yes. Is it dark? Yes. But there's light somewhere. There's always light somewhere. Even if it's for a moment. Even if it's for a second, look for it. Love the stage you're in, because you're not going to be here in this stage forever. You're not going to have the body. You're not going to have the mind. Hopefully not the mind, or the spirit or the wit, because you're only going to get better if you choose to. It's a choice to be better. Okay? And something I love to tell people, and I tell my students all the time. Okay. I tell my students this all the time. Acceptance fosters change, but it does not equal your reality, right? In order for you to change, you first have to accept where you are, the good, the bad. I don't care what it is you're doing. You have to accept this is what it is right now. But this is not who I am. This is not who I'm going to be. So it's okay to be where I'm at. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to be weak. Everybody wants to talk to us about our resilience. Ew. I know I'm resilient. I ain't had no choice. What you want me to do? Die? No. I have no choice. If I had a choice, I would be chilling. I would be relaxing. I would feel loved if I had a choice. I don't want to talk about resilience. I want to talk about being vulnerable. Ugh. Raise your hand if you like to be vulnerable. Thank you, person in the back. Respect. Yeah. But even the adults in the room, grown folk, they did not raise their hands. It's icky. Ew. But that's where your freedom lies. In your ability to be vulnerable. In your ability to let people see you not okay. Or to be your goofy self. That is where your freedom is. That is where your healing is. And the bottom line is, you are enough. I know you hear this a lot, but you really are. You are enough. You've been enough. And there's really nothing wrong with you. I know the therapists, the psychiatrics, the past foster families, they all said what they said, right? But you survived what you survived, and you coped with how you needed to cope. And whatever you did then is not who you are today, and it won't be who you are 5 years from now. So you're fine. Coming from a person that struggled very heavily with feeling that there's nothing wrong with me. Ain't nothing ever been wrong with me. Who's them? No, I'm just kidding. But nothing's wrong with me. I am fine. Y'all are fine. You could be 13, tearing up, shop. Please stop tearing up shop if you are. Right? You got to talk about why you're tearing it up. But there's nothing wrong with you. If something happened to you. And that's the difference. You are enough, and you matter. Now that's the end of my speech, but I do have my story. Do I have time? Okay. So, if you are not a religious person, I'm so sorry. But, I know. But this does kind of go with my story. Okay, so I'm going to make it real cute, real quick. All right? So, I am 17 years old, right? And for most people, if you are 17, you are not getting adopted, right? Nobody wants you. That's what I was told. I was living with an elderly family, and they ended up being terrible. Long story short, okay? And we went to this one church, and they were talking about Jesus walking on water. And I was like, okay, is this family my boat? Am I supposed to get off? I was like, nah, I'm going to just stay. I'm about to be a senior. I'm not trying to go to another place. No. Wednesday comes along. My foster mom literally throws all of my clothes out of the window because we got into an argument. So, caseworker was called. It's time for me to go. I'm scared. I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to boot camp. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. And when I tell you they was trying me every day, there was one specific day I was like, cool, I'm breaking everything in here. We're going to break dishes. We're going to break your baby piano. And I heard a spirit within me say, do you want to go to a good home? I was like, yeah. Then be patient. So we're going through the days, right? The weekend comes along. I tell my best friend, I'm like, friend, this is what's going on. She says, all right, well, come spend the night. I don't know about this county, but in my county, spending the night was not a thing that you do at your friend's house. It doesn't happen unless you got clearances. My foster parents were like, cool, go ahead. I was like, wow, that's something. So I go to this other church, completely different church. One was like super rich, one was in Harrisburg, right? So I go to this church. Her mom's preaching, doesn't know anything about my story, anything about my life for real. And she starts preaching about how when you're going through things, God says, look at me when I'm talking to you. I said, and he starts talking about Jesus walking on water. I said, oh, I'm gonna be okay. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I went to 2 different places, got the same message, and it applies to my life. I'm good. I went home to my foster mom. She was like, I was like, oh, you're mad. I'm gonna be fine, okay? So Tuesday comes around, we go to, I'm trying to make it quick, guys, I'm sorry. We go to the Dauphin County Children's Youth because one of my many foster sisters was finally going home, right? I walk in, I see my caseworker, I was like, did you hear anything? I'm trying to stay in Hershey, did you hear anything? No, okay? Trying not to cry because reunification is a good thing for my sister. So we're literally walking out of the door and my caseworker pulls me aside. She's like, we found a family in Hershey. I was like, yes, I live with them. She was like, maybe you should meet them so you're not in the same situation that you're in right now. I was like, oh, you're right, okay? Wednesday comes, I call, did you hear anything? No. Thursday comes, I call, did you hear anything? No. Friday comes. Now y'all know the county shuts down on Friday. 4:30, done. You ain't reached nobody. I call in the morning, she says no. I said, Lord, if I'm here another weekend, I can't do it. They've been testing. You see what they doing down here to me? I'm not gonna make a weekend. I'm not gonna make it, okay? I'm sitting on the couch, the phone rings. I look at the clock, it's 3:47. I said, oh, that's my caseworker. She called me. And it was, she said she wants to meet you. I said, okay. So I'm hoping I am with an ethnic family, because I have not been for a while, right? So this woman, dressed in very colorful overalls, walks in with Pippi Longstocking's hair. It's like, hey, yeah, I'm da-da-da-da. I'm being clowned, laughed at by my foster sisters. And I'm like, you're gonna do this to me, God, for real. This is what's happening. So I go with this woman. We go to her friend's Nigerian dinner, had beautiful food. The kids loved me. They were all over me. It was weird. I didn't understand, but I was like, okay, right? Then I met Mr. Ben, and then we went home. I told him my life story because I'm very much a person. I'm gonna tell you my life story. Then I'm gonna ask you what's your rules because I need to know so I don't break them and we don't go through this whole thing, right? So I'm telling him my story, and I get to the point where I'm like, yeah, but I know I'm gonna be okay because I went to 2 different churches, heard the same messages, blah, blah, blah. And my foster mom, Pippi Longstocking's lady, her name's Miss Debbie. She says, let me show you something. I was like, you gonna make me cry? She's like, well, let me show you something. So, okay. So I follow her into her bedroom. And on her wall is a picture of Jesus helping Peter out of the water. And I was like, are you serious? Right? And then I lived with him happily ever after. Not really, because they kicked me out at 22 because I needed to go. But that was my transitional story, right? That is what really solidified my faith in God, of course, but also my faith to be able to walk in uncertain situations, right? When you have been in foster care your whole life, from 3 months old, right? Uncertainty is familiar more than stability, right? And that just showed me I'm always gonna land on my feet. Even if I'm walking on water, I'm gonna be okay, right? So I'm very big in my faith. I'm very, very big in prayer. So if anybody needs prayer, let me know, I'll be in the back. But outside of that, please know that regardless of what you're going through, regardless of what you're facing, regardless of how you feel, regardless of whatever faith you believe in, where you are, if you choose not to believe in anything, please know that there are more forces for you than against you, and the world will always try to make you believe the opposite. They try to make you believe that you are nothing. And that is a lie. Because if you were nothing, you didn't mean nothing, you wouldn't go through anything. Because you're not a threat.